Jesus explains while on the cross, "I thirst." My name is Jora Pugliese, and I would like to share my experience with Jesus as I realized that Jesus thirsted for me. It is often difficult for me to remember that Jesus is a human as much as he was divine. I believe that Jesus says he thirsts to remind us that he is just like us. Jesus felt all of the pain that we feel today: stress, illness, hunger, and thirst. Jesus understands. One of the reasons God became like us was to understand our pain and help us through our struggles. He also thirsts to have a relationship with you and I. Throughout the last year, I watched my mental health slowly deteriorate. As a senior in high school, I felt as though I was losing all of the pivotal senior moments that I had worked towards for the past 12 years. Additionally, all of my extracurriculars, including youth ministry, came to a screeching halt. This massive shift from normalcy had a huge, lasting effect on me and my mental health. I found it difficult to pay attention to live-streamed masses, which ultimately resulted in a separation between God and I. I felt as though all of my progress I had made in my relationship with God through youth ministry and retreats had reversed itself. I felt lost and could not seem to find God in my life again. In January, I was diagnosed with depression. I found it difficult to make it through a day without wanting to burst into tears for seemingly no reason. The stress of the past year, on top of the added pressure of college applications and drama within my family and friend group, made it so I struggled to get out of bed every day. I often felt as though God abandoned me because I didn't see him working in my life. Little did I know, though, God was working overtime to get me back to him. There was one day in particular that stands out to me. I could not bring myself to get ready for my day. However, my youth ministry small group was planning to meet to have our weekly discussion. I tried my hardest to convince myself to get out of bed because I thought spending time with my small group would strengthen my relationship with God. I knew it was just something I had to do. So, with a sudden burst of rare motivation, I got up, took a shower, and drove to meet my small group. This meeting gave me the energy I needed to actually accomplish something with my day. I felt great knowing that I passed one small hurdle in my life. I ended up getting to the meeting early, and I had the chance to talk with my adult leader and share more about my mental health struggle. She listened to me and reassured me that she would pray for me. After careful reflection, I realized that God was the one that helped me gain the motivation to reach out to someone for help and prayers. I take comfort in knowing that Jesus understands what I'm going through because he was human too. Jesus understands that you and I have bad days. He understands that sometimes it's difficult for some of us to find motivation to do anything at all. He understands the feeling of rejection and betrayal. But most importantly, Jesus understands what life is like if you have a strong relationship with him. I understand now that God sent his only Son to become like man to help us further. I know that Jesus walks with me through every step of my life because he lived it too. Jesus exclaimed that he was thirsty while dying on the cross. Not only does this exhibit his human characteristics, but it also reminds us that Jesus is thirsty for a relationship with us. And we should be thirsty for a relationship with him too. A relationship with God is like the feeling of cold water on a hot day. When we have a relationship with Jesus, he will quench our thirst, just like we quench his. In my life, I thirst for fulfillment, happiness, and ultimately, to feel like I have a purpose in life. I believe a relationship with Jesus is the key to satisfying my thirst. I know this now because Jesus reached out to me on that day. Jesus understands that I'm not perfect, yet he still wants to pursue a relationship with me. Ever since that day, my mental state has greatly improved. I feel that I have grown a stronger connection with God again because I know that Jesus will always thirst for me and look after me. Remember, Jesus has the same thirst for you that he has for me. Thank you.